Hello YouTube, and how you guys doing today? It is me again, your favorite Texas trucker. And you see this cord right up in here. We're plugged in. Now all my electronics are plugged in there. I don't have shore power, so I have to run electricity to my truck in order to power my refrigerator. Anyway, y'all know I signed on with another company. Most of y'all know who it is by now, but for those of you that don't, we are signed on to Elite Nationwide Services, the Elite Fleet. We also officially began our LLC after 2 years. S&A Neal Transport has been a sole proprietorship for the last 2 years. We filed our LLC, we got it approved. We've gotten that taken care of, and we are officially an LLC. We did that as we made this move to Elite because we have a lot of really major plans moving forward. A lot of things that we're trying to do, a lot of things that we want to accomplish. This is a new beginning for us, a new start, and we're really optimistic about what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and our relationship with this company. So a lot of things are going to change. We're going to be talking a lot about Elite. We're going to be talking a lot about where we're going with S&A Neal Transport. We are looking forward to a very long relationship with S&A Neal Transport and Elite Nationwide Services. They seem to fit our profile a whole lot better than the last company did, and I really think that we're going to be able to accomplish quite a bit working with them. We're looking forward to it. Anyway, if you haven't seen it yet, we have the Elite Fleet around across the top of the truck on the windows up there for the sleeper. We do have our plates. The truck is ready to roll. I haven't changed the truck number yet, and what I have are silver numbers to go on there, which I'm not that enthused about. But what we're going to do, we're going to put the silver numbers on there. 507 is the new truck number. We're going to put the silver numbers on there for now. We're going to run them until I get home, and then when I get home, I'm going to get 507 2-inch decals made so that we can change it back over the way it needs to be. All right. But we have a lot of things coming up, man. We've sat down and we've met with Elite, and we've talked to them extensively about their plans with social media, the things that they're wanting to accomplish, the things they want to do, and we're going to be doing some interviews with them. So we're going to do some interviews on YouTube where we actually sit down. We're going to ask them some questions. We're going to talk to recruiting. We're going to talk to their marketing and sales, and we're going to talk to their logistics, and we're going to sit down and we're going to get a view from them of what they want, what they expect, what they need in order for the company to move forward into its vision, and for the company to continue to accomplish the goals that they've set. And I am excited to be able to be part of that. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to rebuild these tarps. We're patching them up. This is the end process right here. We're finished with it. I'm about to roll them up, put them up, but this video we're going to sit down and we're going to break it down for you. I've got it done in stages. We've got clips to explain what we did, how we did it, and we look forward to sharing that with you. All right, y'all stay tuned. Follow me. We have a lot of major plans for S&A Neal Transport, and those plans coincide very direct with Elite Nationwide Services. We're looking forward to a very long partnership, and we really think that we're going to be able to accomplish some really good things pretty quickly. So y'all stay tuned. We're going to be making some changes to the truck, and I'm pretty excited. So y'all stick around, see where we're going, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Okay, we have the tarps laid out. These are my two 24-foot steel tarps. 4-foot drops, and we're looking for the tears in them. So we want to make sure that all these are patched up before we go out with the new company. And sometimes these tears, these holes can be a little hard to find, but if you don't find them, then rain gets through them. And there we go, we got one right here. See, there's one. I don't know if y'all can see it, but there's definitely a hole right there, so we have to patch that one. You can see right here is one of my patches from the last time. Actually, there's 3 of them in a row right here. We're going to patch both sides of this tarp, and I think that might be the only hole in this one, which is good. I take good care of my tarps, at least I try to, and so I try to stay on top of this. And again, you can do this on the road, but it's a pain in the ass to do it on the road. Here's another hole, and you can see this one here is considerably larger. No problems finding that one at all. That means there's one on this other side over here. There it is, right there. There's that hole right there. I'm going to make sure that that's all of them. I know this one had 2 holes in it. It may have had more than that. Yep, here we go. There's this one here and this one here. So, yeah, we're going to take care of that. So 4 holes in this one, 1 in the other one. And so we're going to take care of that. So we'll be back here and show you what we did here in a couple minutes. Hey, okay, man, we're back. We've patched one side. So if we can see, we have one patch right here. All right, it's still drying. We have one patch right here. I found that one. That wasn't one of the ones we originally found. I found that when I was doing the second walkthrough after I did the video clip earlier. We have one patch right here. All 3 of these holes were really minor. No real big deal, but we did find them. And then over here we had a little bit more extensive damage. Still, it wasn't too bad. We had larger patches. We have a patch here. We have a patch here, and then we have these 2 patches here. So we've got all that taken care of, and now it's time to let it dry. We're going to let it dry for about an hour. We're going to go in and kick back in the shade, relax, maybe do a video or so, and we'll be back out here in just a little bit. So we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all here after it dries. We're going to flip it over, patch the other side, and then we'll come back to you. Okay, we're back. As you can see, we have folded the tarps up. The other side has dried, and so now we're on the back side. So this is the back side of one of those holes. We'll clean it up and we're going to patch it. We find some other things on the back side we didn't see on the front side, and so we're going to patch them on this back side. This one right here is only going to be able to be patched from the back because, as you can see, the fiber strip, it runs across right here, so we can't patch over that. The proper way for me to fix this is actually going to be to take it into a tarp shop and have it fixed. But we're not going to do that right now. Right now what we're going to do is we're going to worry about patching the back side of that hole. And we didn't see that the last time. So what we also have is the back side of this hole and the back side of this hole. We have picked up a couple rocks in, so we're going to patch those now. And then this was the 4th hole right here. You can kind of barely see it. So we're going to patch those 4, and then when we flipped it over, what we found was this. I don't know how I missed this from the other side, but I did. So And we're going to patch these holes, and then we're going to flip it over and we're going to do the other side. Now, coming along to this tarp, we flipped this one over also. And coming along to this tarp, we found this spot. This is a weak spot. It's not a cut spot, but we are going to go ahead and patch it anyway, and get that taken care of so it doesn't get any weaker. Same thing with right here. We found another one right here, and we're going to patch that also. This is the back side of one of the holes that we patched, and then we have another one over here. I'm not real sure where it's at. There we are, right here. So this is the back side of these holes, and we're going to put a patch on those also. Okay, so we're going to inspect the back part, and then we're going to roll it back or lay it back out the way it was, and then we're going to fold the other end up, and we're going to look at the back side of it to make sure that we didn't miss anything. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So, all right, man, we'll be back again here in a few minutes. Well, YouTube, we are back here again, and we have finished patching this side of the tarp. Let's come through here and look at it. Man, this tree here is dropping leaves faster than I can get rid of them. Anyway, there's one of our patches here. So we have a small patch right here. Let's see. We have another patch up in there somewhere. I'm telling you, these things, they'll get away from you. There's a little patch right here. They get away from you, you'll lose track of them pretty quick. We got a patch right here. We got this patch here. I think that was it on this tarp. And on this back tarp here, we got this patch. It went over that torn up area. We've got this patch here, and that patch, the companion patch next to it. We got these two patches over here. We've got this patch over here. We got this little patch right here, and that's pretty much it. Everything else has been taken care of. We're going to flip this one over here in just a second right here. We're going to patch that other side here in just a second, and then we're finished. Then it's about rolling the tarps up and being done. So get them put up, and then we'll roll the 8-footers up. Fold this trash up and get it ready to put in my trailer. I carry this with me, so in case I ever have to patch on the road, I've got it out there. So we explained the process to you. Hopefully y'all remember. If you have any questions, holler at me. I did a Facebook Live video on the same subject, kind of simultaneously with the YouTube. And I had somebody on there just say, why don't you just go buy new tarps? And obviously he's never purchased a set of these tarps. They're not cheap. They're pretty expensive. The object, like I explained earlier, and I don't remember if I explained it to y'all or if I explained it on Facebook Live. The object is to take care of your tarps and to keep them from getting any substantial rips, tears, holes in them, so that you can protect the load, and to buffer the load with padding as much as possible so that they don't tear through your tarps to begin with. So sometimes these little holes are unavoidable. There's nothing you can really do about it. They just happen. The big holes in this one over here, the far tarp, the big holes that are there, they were padded with moving blankets. The steel cut through the moving blankets and then cut through the tarp. By the time I saw the holes in the tarp, it was too late to do anything about it. And so at that point you just have to patch it. If your tarps are tight enough where they don't flop and flap around, then damage when it occurs like that will be minimal, like this is. Very minimal damage. If your tarps are loose, where there's a lot of flap and there's a lot of movement in your tarp, then you'll shred your tarps, and patching them at that point, patching them is more of trouble than it's worth, and best thing to do is go out and pay $700 and buy another set of tarps. But I take care of my tarps, and when I tarp a load, it's tight, so there's not any movement in the tarps, and therefore when the steel cut through, it did very minimal damage. Even with all the padding that I had on it, it still cut through. So anyway, that's that. We'll summarize this here in a little bit after I roll these back up. I've got to open them back up, roll them, put them up, and then I got to pull my 8-foot tarps out, and I've got to roll those. So anyway, I just want to go through the process with you. We'll talk a little bit more here in a little bit. Peace out.